One day, a man approached the Buddha with a troubled expression. His face was lined with worry, and his shoulders sagged under the weight of invisible burdens. "Great teacher," the man began, "my life is full of suffering. I spend all my days worrying about my family, my work, my future. I cannot find peace. Tell me, how can I escape this torment?" The Buddha regarded him with calm, compassionate eyes and invited the man to sit beneath the shade of the Bodhi tree. After a moment of silence, the Buddha spoke. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "There was once a man walking through a dense forest. As he walked, he tripped over a root and fell, bruising his knees. He cursed the forest for being dangerous and unkind. A few steps later, he was stung by a bee and cried out in anger, blaming the forest again. Soon after, it began to rain, and the man grew cold and wet. He sat under a tree, trembling with frustration, shaking his fist at the heavens. In his fury, the man didn't notice a clear path just a few steps away. He didn't see the wildflowers blooming along the trail or hear the sweet songs of birds in the canopy. His mind was so caught up in his pain and his worries that he missed the beauty surrounding him. "Now tell me," and the Buddha asked, "did the forest cause his suffering?" The man thought for a moment and replied, "No, the forest simply existed." The man suffered because he focused only on his misfortunes. The Buddha nodded. "Exactly. The forest is like life. It is neither cruel nor kind, it simply is. Your suffering does not come from life itself, but from how you choose to perceive and react to it. If you spend your energy worrying, you are like the man in the forest, blind to the path and the beauty that is always there." The man frowned. "But how can I stop worrying? My thoughts are like a storm I cannot control." The Buddha picked up a bowl and handed it to the man. "Fill this with water and carry it to the other side of the garden without spilling a single drop." The man concentrated deeply and made his way across the garden, focusing entirely on the bowl. When he returned, the Buddha asked, "What did you notice along the way?" "Nothing," the man admitted. "I was so focused on the bowl that I didn't see anything else." The Buddha smiled. "Now try again, but this time, look at the flowers, the sky, and the trees as you walk." The man obeyed, and this time he returned with a radiant expression. "The garden is so beautiful," he exclaimed. "I had never noticed the colors and the fragrance before." The Buddha nodded again. "You see, when you direct your energy towards something meaningful, like appreciating the present moment or trusting the path, you stop spilling it on unnecessary worry. Just as the bowl of water remains steady, so will your heart." The man bowed deeply and said, "Thank you, teacher. I now see that my energy is precious, and I must use it wisely, to believe, to create, to trust, to glow, and to heal." The Buddha smiled softly. "Go then, and live with this understanding. Life is the forest, and you hold the lantern to light your way."